We have huge breaking news from the NHL. Taylor Hall has finally signed as a free agent with the Buffalo Sabres. Yes, the Buffalo Sabres. We'll discuss the contract and give you my thoughts coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. Now, as I mentioned, Taylor Hall has signed. One of the top free agents that we've been waiting for to kind of set the rest of the market and likely going to have a big domino effect here. Has signed, but we kind of got a curveball here. He signed with the Buffalo Sabres, who were never mentioned by NHL insiders as really being in the running here at all. We've been hearing over the last day or so about teams that have been talking to him that were out. We knew that Boston, Colorado, Montreal, as well as Nashville, even a few others were in the mix here as well. So this is rather surprising. Now, he did only sign a one-year deal for $8 million. So it's a pretty good contract that way, low risk for both sides. If it doesn't work out, he's free in a year. They're not committed to a mega long-term contract. But really, if the deal that he was really looking for ideally wasn't out there, it makes sense for him to take a one-year deal. I mean, we speculated all along that he would take a short-term deal, but many felt that he was mostly, more than anything, looking to win. So no offense to Sabres fans, but they've been under the playoffs for so long, and I am sure with Hall in the lineup, they will be a better team. He does make them better, but I have doubts that he gets them all the way, to being a playoff team. So you have to think that maybe the teams he might have been more interested in from that perspective at least just couldn't make it work. And this is a great way for him to bet on himself for a year. His numbers this past year weren't fantastic. They weren't terrible either, but it's a great opportunity with a likely shortened season coming up here. We don't know that for certain. We know the NHL is aiming for an 82-game schedule, but it's probably not going to happen. So it's a great chance for him to play with a guy like Jack Eichel, who can really help pad his stats. Obviously, they should work well together. Hall is a pretty good playmaking winger, one of the best in the NHL. So they should have some good chemistry. Maybe experiment a little, throw Jeff Skinner on the other side, and you have a pretty dynamic line. Look at the skating, the skill, the shooting between Eichel, Hall, and Skinner. That could be some, pretty solid long. Or you put Reinhardt up there. It doesn't matter what your options are. Like, and you have Eric Stahl now on the second line. The Sabres are certainly getting better. I'll give new GM Kevin Adams a lot of credit that the moves that he's made has been very good. Even though this may not push them over to being a playoff contender, they're certainly a better team than they were before they started the offseason. I'll give them that much for sure. And, he's not making any mistakes here. Like, if he would have signed Hall to a 7-year contract at $8-9 million after having Skinner on the book for that much, I probably would be questionable here because I'm not convinced yet that Taylor Hall is that big piece that's can kind of win. He needs to be a secondary complementary piece. So, Eichel's still kind of learning how to win as well at a higher level. He's a solid player, one of the top players in the NHL. He's going to develop. They have some good prospects. The Sabres realistically should be a good team in a not too distant future, realistically. But obviously, based on the season that they just had and the moves they've made, like I said, they're going to be a better team. But this is surprising because it was so focused on winning. Everybody figured he was going to go to a contender. But you have to think here, like I said, he knows Ralph Kruger, the head coach. Obviously, Kruger coached the Oilers for a while, so when he was there, so he knows the head coach. He's used to what his coaching style is. So obviously, that's somebody he worked well with in the past. So there's that. He gets to play with Jack Eichel, which is never a bad thing. They're only going to likely make each other better and be one of the top dynamic duos in the NHL. At least the potential is there for that. And it's only a one-year deal. He gets paid handsomely, which is great. So it's good money. If things don't work, he could be the top trade piece at the NHL trade deadline and maybe get to go to the chance to go to the playoffs at that point. And then maybe the deal that he might want on a longer term deal might be available next offseason. So I have to say, from the player's perspective, it's smart from a lot of reasons. It's surprising just because everybody expected him to be like going to a contending team as being that extra piece to put him over the top. But like I said, it's smart from a lot of reasons, and it's smart from Buffalo's standpoint to get him on a short-term contract. And if it works well and he really likes it there and is playing with Eichel, they keep Jack Eichel happy, which is really important right now. We know his frustration level has been really high and he really wants to win. So when you put that together with Taylor Hall and he really wants to win, that should work out, and it should, maybe they can help make each other better and make the Sabres better and make them a better overall team and have that opportunity to win. I still think they're missing some other pieces to be a real true contender to get into playoffs and make some noise. But we'll see what else Kevin Adams is up to. I mean, he's a rookie GM, but everything he's done so far seems to be pretty smart. And we'll just a matter now of seeing how it works out. But at least it's low risk. So let me know what your thoughts are on this surprise signing down in the comments, and we'll discuss further. I almost can guarantee you I will be back with more videos here in the short term. We're hearing rumblings of an Alex Pietrangelo signing coming here a pretty short order, and that's also going to trigger a trade because of it to clear some cap space. So we're likely going to have a few more things to talk about this evening. So stay tuned. I'll be back to you soon. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.